What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and we are back with some more Punishing Gray Raven, but unfortunately it's a bit on a sour note today. There is quite a bit of controversy going on in the game, which I'm going to explain and talk about and give you all my opinions on what I think about all of this and what it could mean for the future of this game. And the first thing is this event that we have here. In this event, a lot of players are pretty upset because they're not giving us enough of these cell batteries per day to be able to go all the way to the point where we can get this coating or skin or whatever you want to call this for Karenina. And my opinion on this is skins in this game or coatings don't have any kind of stat bonuses. I mean, all they are is just aesthetics. That's it. It's just for looks and that's all. So for me personally, this doesn't bother me. I'm currently free to play in the game. I'm not going to be able to get this thingy either. I really don't have a problem with this. This doesn't bother me in the least, but whenever we have events, typically in a lot of games, events tend to be kind of a free-to-play thing. That's kind of like what free-to-play players look forward to, and they're really hoping to get the maximum rewards. So from that perspective, I totally understand why they're upset about it. Personally, it doesn't really affect me at all. The next thing is, in the novice mission, these black cards that we get, which is the premium currency in the game, we're getting 50 of these from doing all these advancements, getting all these requirements. Well, when this game launched originally in China a year and a half ago, these were 100 black cards each. So whenever it was released in the CN servers, the players were getting a lot more black cards, which is a shame that the dev team decided to do this on the initial global launch. It really does set a bad example for the game and really for the dev team, because the thing about this is all the players are smart these days. We know what's up, right? All the players are going to be looking at what's going on in the China servers and the Japanese servers and whatever servers games have previously been played on before they're released on global, and they're going to see how things were implemented, how things were released in the original games. If things are changed from the original versions, and it's changed for the worst, right? It's not helping the players. If it's changed for the better, then it's all good, right? We praise that. But whenever it's in the negative, and this is in the negative, they actually took away black cards from us, right? Which actually decreases or slows down our progress as far as in the limited banner and maybe whatever else we're going to use these cards for. So I really think that the dev teams should take a second look at this and give us the 100 black cards per advancement. I think that is only fair and right. Why is it that in the initial launch of the game, the players were able to get 100 black cards per advancement, but in the global release, they don't? And you could say it's greed or whatever. I really don't care what their reasoning is. They should be giving us 100 black cards per advancement. It should be the same as what it was originally released a year and a half ago. Then the top up. And this is another little bit of controversy. So the thing about this is a lot of people like to buy this monthly pass. And in this monthly pass, you got to spend 30 rainbow cards to get those 400 black cards. This is a good little deal right here, right? And how do you get those rainbow cards? Well, you have to go out and buy them. And currently in the game right now, the cheapest way to do this is spend $5.99 you can spend $5.99 on the 34 rainbow cards, right? Which is $6 in American currency. Well, when this game was initially released, this was actually what it cost. So it's actually converted into English for you guys. Those of you that don't understand Chinese, which I'm one of them. So what initially they had to do is they spent $4.89 for the 34 pack. So they actually jumped this up by $1, just a hair over $1 compared to what originally was released. Now, some of you are probably thinking, wow, it's just $1. That's true. It is just $1, and to me, that's not really a big deal. But the thing about this is, again, it just sets a very, very bad example for the game. It makes the dev team look greedy. I know it seems like only $1, but the other thing about this is, if you notice, on that pack of 34, you get 34 rainbow cards for $5, whereas now you get 34 rainbow cards for the $6, so it's $1 increase, right? Then the next pack is $10 for 59 rainbow cards, and then it's $10 for 69 rainbow cards, in the Chinese version. You see what I'm talking about? So it was actually cheaper when this game was originally released. These packs were actually cheaper for the initial release of the game. Now, why did that change? It has been a year and a half. There's a lot of reasons why this could probably have changed. It really isn't a massive deal for me. This is not a deal breaker for me by any means, but it is something to note. And the thing about all of this that I'm noticing is, especially with the increase in pricing, and the black card thing is really the thing that rubs me the wrong way. That's the thing I really want to be fixed, because that can help out all the players so much. And this can too, right? The people that spend money in the game, they would definitely help to make it the currency that it originally was. These packs were the original price that they were when the game was initially launched. But the thing about this is, it kind of reminds me of a game called My Hero Academia. And that's a game that I played for a while. I never covered it because I saw a lot of telltale signs of greed in that game. I saw some heavy monetization in that game. And this isn't to knock on My Hero Academia. It's a really fun game to play, but the dev team was obviously very greedy. And something that they did in that game was, whenever we had a release of a very popular character called Endeavor, they nerfed the living hell out of him compared to the other servers, right? The global release of the character was much worse than the servers before. And what my concern is right now is, a lot of us are really anticipating for alpha. And alpha's been, a staple in this game for the last year and a half. Well, are they going to nerf her? If they're going to decrease the amount of black cards, if they're going to increase the price of the packs, are they going to, start nerfing characters when they come into this game? And that's my biggest worry. That's what I don't want to see, because if they do that, because all we have to go by whenever we look at these games and to, get an idea of what's coming into the game, is look at what was previously done before. If Alpha was a great character, or is a great character, in the Japanese and Chinese versions, then she should absolutely be the same for the global version, right? All a hyped up character, and should still be just as good as what she already is currently in those other servers. And this is why devs should never do these kinds of practices. They should never decrease a certain currency in the game. They should never increase the rates of packs unless they absolutely have to, due to inflation or whatsoever. That I understand, but I got to wonder if that's really the case here. But all in all, none of this really affects me as far as me wanting to play the game and wanting to cover it. I still think this is a tremendous game with beautiful graphics, beautiful animations, and wonderful looking characters. The future apocalyptic world is amazing. The music is amazing. Everything about this game is awesome. I just hope the dev team doesn't run it into the ground like what the dev team for My Hero Academia did, because they did run that game into the ground. There's a lot of hype with a massive IP in My Hero Academia, which this game doesn't have. This game was created by Kuro Technologies, the game developers of this game. This isn't based off an anime. So this game could go down really quick if they start, doing all these little shady little practices of cheating the player base. So we're just going to have to keep an eye out for these kinds of things in the future and hope that the dev team will rectify, especially the black cards here. They really need to put this back up to 100 like it was originally released in China. That is an absolute must. Again, guys, for the event, it really doesn't bother me. It's not a big deal. The uniform or coating doesn't offer any kind of stats. It's just an aesthetic thing. So to me, it's not really a big deal. Maybe to some of you, it will be. So let me know how y'all feeling about all these changes compared to the original release of the game. Does it discourage you from wanting to play the game? I've already gave you all my opinion on all these things. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.